Mars, the red planet. For as long as we have looked to the heavens, it has been our ever-present companion. A wandering star with a fiery glint, a world just beyond our own. But it's more than just a celestial neighbor. It's a destination, an idea, a mirror reflecting our own journey. So why does this distant, dusty world cast such a powerful and enduring spell over the human imagination? What is it about Mars that calls to us across the void? The story begins in antiquity. Ancient civilizations from the Babylonians to the Egyptians meticulously tracked its path, noting its unique retrograde motion. Its distinct blood-red color was universally unsettling, a cosmic omen. For the Greeks and Romans, it was the embodiment of their god of war, Ares or Mars, a harbinger of conflict and strife. For millennia, Mars was a deity to be feared, a symbol of chaos in an otherwise orderly cosmos. It was a story written in fear, inspired by a simple glance at the night sky. But the invention of the telescope transformed Mars from a god into a place. In 1877, Italian astronomer Giovanni Schiaparelli observed a dense network of linear features he called canali, the Italian word for channels. But in the English-speaking world, it was mistranslated as canals, a fateful error that implied intelligent design. This idea was seized upon by the wealthy and charismatic American astronomer Percival Lowell. He dedicated his life and fortune to proving that these canals were a vast irrigation system, built by a dying civilization to carry water from the polar ice caps. Suddenly, Mars was not just a world, it was an inhabited one, a society on the brink of extinction. Lowell's dying Martians ignited a firestorm in popular culture, providing the perfect catalyst for a new genre: science fiction. If Martians existed, what would they want? H.G. Wells answered with terrifying clarity in Turning Lowell's desperate farmers into ruthless invaders. Mars became a canvas for our deepest anxieties about invasion, colonialism, and technological warfare. At the same time, authors like Edgar Rice Burroughs imagined Mars, or Barsoom, as a vibrant frontier, a world of adventure, romance, and alien princesses. It was the new Wild West, a place for heroes and escapism. Through fiction, Mars became a stage where humanity could play out its greatest hopes and its most profound fears, transforming from a god of war into the ultimate frontier of possibility. For a century we had dreamed. Fed by Lowell's intricate maps and Burroughs' romantic adventures, we imagined a world of ancient canals and dying cities. The dawn of the space age promised to finally pull back the curtain. But the first glimpse, sent across millions of miles by the Mariner 4 spacecraft in 1965, was a profound shock. The grainy photographs revealed not canals, but a cratered barren wasteland, seemingly as dead as the moon. The dream, it seemed, was over. But this was not the end of the story. The true revelation came in 1971 with Mariner 9, the first spacecraft to orbit another planet. As a global dust storm subsided, it unveiled a world of staggering scale, far more extraordinary than any fiction. It mapped colossal volcanoes, including Olympus Mons, a shield volcano 3 times the height of Mount Everest. And it discovered Valles Marineris, a system of canyons that would dwarf the Grand Canyon. The romantic myths were shattered, replaced by a geological truth that was infinitely more sublime. This new, real Mars presented a paradox, a surface carved by forces that seemed to require liquid water, yet a world now frozen and dry. This began the modern era of exploration, guided by a simple mantra: follow the water. For decades, a fleet of orbiters and rovers became robotic detectives sifting through the red dust. NASA's rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, found the smoking gun, tiny spheres of hematite nicknamed blueberries that could only have formed in water. Later, the Curiosity rover discovered evidence of an ancient freshwater lake in Gale Crater, a place that possessed all the necessary chemical ingredients for life. Today, the Perseverance rover explores Jezero Crater, a perfectly preserved river delta, collecting rock samples that could one day provide the ultimate proof: fossilized evidence of past Martian life. This relentless search has revealed a world that is both alien and hauntingly familiar. Mars offers tantalizing similarities to Earth. Its day, a sol, is just 39 minutes longer than ours. Its axial tilt is nearly identical, giving it seasons that mirror our own, with polar ice caps of water and carbon dioxide ice that grow and shrink throughout the year. These parallels make Mars not just a destination but a planetary sibling, a time capsule from the early solar system. It poses one of the most profound questions we can ask. What happened? Why did one world flourish while its twin became a cold desert? By studying Mars's lost atmosphere and vanished oceans, we learn about the delicate forces that govern planetary habitability, offering critical insights into the future of our own home. For the American psyche, Mars has always been more than just a planet. It's the ultimate frontier. It's a celestial embodiment of manifest destiny, a vast rust-colored expanse that beckons with the same promise that once drew pioneers across the continent, the chance to start anew, to build a world from scratch. This narrative taps into a deep-seated cultural memory, one that romanticizes the rugged individualism and pioneering spirit that built the American West. We envision covered wagons morphing into pressurized rovers, log cabins into self-sustaining biodomes, but this romantic vision conveniently forgets the immense hardship, conflict, and displacement that define the historical frontier. In the same way, the Martian frontier presents a challenge of an entirely different magnitude, a test not just of our ambition, but of our very ability to survive in a place not meant for us. This modern push is championed by a new breed of pioneers, visionaries like Elon Musk of SpaceX and Robert Zubrin of the Mars Society. They frame the colonization of Mars not merely as an adventure, but as a profound necessity. Musk famously calls it life insurance for the species, a backup drive for humanity's consciousness. The logic is stark. On a single planet, our civilization remains terrifyingly vulnerable to existential threats, from a cataclysmic asteroid impact to self-inflicted disasters like runaway climate change or nuclear war. Becoming a multiplanetary species, they argue, is the only rational path forward to ensure our long-term survival. This isn't just a philosophical crusade, it's also the next great economic frontier. The dream of Martian settlement fuels a burgeoning private space industry, creating a 21st century gold rush for contracts, innovation, and the untold resources that might await us in the cosmos, transforming the heavens into a new theater for American enterprise. But for all our grand ambitions, the dream of Mars collides with a brutal and unforgiving reality. The planet is actively hostile to human life. Beyond Earth's protective magnetic field, astronauts would be bombarded by a constant stream of galactic cosmic rays and unpredictable solar storms, dramatically increasing their lifetime risk of cancer and neurological damage. The very air is a whisper-thin, unbreathable veil of carbon dioxide, at less than 1% of Earth's atmospheric pressure. The ground itself is a chemical hazard, laced with toxic perchlorate dust that, if inhaled or ingested, could wreak havoc on human lungs and thyroids. And then there's the tyranny of distance. A journey of hundreds of millions of miles would subject crews to months of confinement. Once there, the psychological strain of extreme isolation would be immense, compounded by a communications delay of up to 22 minutes each way. There is no quick call home for help. The human body itself would begin to rebel. In the low Martian gravity, just 38% of Earth's, bones would lose density, muscles would atrophy, and fluids would shift in the body, potentially causing permanent damage to vision and cardiovascular health. Mars isn't waiting to be settled, it's waiting to break us. It remains, without exaggeration, the single greatest technological and physiological challenge humanity has ever contemplated. And yet, despite these colossal obstacles, the dream not only persists, it thrives. Why? Because for a nation built on improbable journeys and technological optimism, the allure of Mars is woven into its cultural DNA. It represents a grand unifying project in an often divided world. The quest for Mars fuels innovation, pushing the boundaries of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It inspires a new generation, turning children's eyes from their screens to the stars, encouraging them to dream of becoming the engineers, scientists, and explorers who will take us there. This isn't just about planting a flag, it's about planting the seeds of curiosity and ambition in the minds of millions. The very act of striving for Mars, whether we succeed in our lifetime or not, elevates us. It's a testament to the restless, eternal human drive to see what lies over the next hill, beyond the next ocean, and across the next cosmic shore. Ultimately, our long fascination with the Red Planet, from ancient myth to modern mission planning, reveals more about ourselves than it does about Mars. The planet has become a vast, silent screen onto which we project our greatest hopes and deepest anxieties. Will we carry our old conflicts and divisions to a new world, or can we use this opportunity to build a more collaborative, enlightened society? Will we be careful stewards of a new environment, or are we destined to repeat the mistakes of our past? America's obsession with Mars, therefore, isn't just about rockets and rovers. It's a profound, ongoing conversation about our future. It's about our identity as pioneers, our capacity for greatness, and our place in the universe. It's not just about where we are going, it's about who we choose to be when we get there.